Welcome back, everybody. It's Matthew Wong.
Joe Haverley.
It's been a long time coming. Thank you for being patient.
Yeah, we've done two weeks without an episode.
I think three.
Three
But,
weeks. You know, we've done. Matt got married. You know.
Yeah, there's been weddings. There's been baby showers.
Yeah.
We've been keeping busy. Joe's got a giant lunchbox style container thing, like takeout container thing on the go.
Got so much going on.
So busy.
But we're back. We're here, and we're gonna record an episode and hopefully get that out to you.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. I'd also want to first of all thank Andrew for pointing out that there was an issue with the previous episode's audio. So appreciate that. That's been sorted. So if you were ticked off about the last several minutes of the last episode, you know, you can go back, re-download. You don't listen to the whole thing, but the whole episode's there now.
It's there.
Yeah, sorry about that. And just, if there are any other technical issues like that, just let us know. But if you could give me a rough idea as to when or where the issue occurred, because I thought it was just at the beginning. I was like, oh no, the audio's there. It's just faint with the episodes that we're watching. And I'd actually just listened up literally to just before it actually cuts out. And I was like, it's fine. So sorry about that, and thanks for pointing that out. We'll have to get you a Andrew's Quest sticker as a thank you, Andrew.
Decent.
Yeah. So we left off the previous day we were on. We left off at 118, lovely camping, s'mores happening.
Yeah, ended with the s'more fire.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very interesting, method. I think you,
just so burnt. I can't think of anything worse than a dry, burnt biscuit.
Yeah.
Or cookie, if you're...
Yeah. Well, I mean, either. I mean, a North American biscuit or cookie or... Yeah, just not that good. But, I mean, the conventional way to make a s'mores, I think, still turns true, is, just stick, avoid touching that hot stick. That was good advice. That stands true. And you get, your chocolate on a graham cracker. You just make a little sandwich and just pull it off the stick from there and just eat it. It's good to go. You know?
I'm gonna say now, I've never made a s'more.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I guess, depending on, time permitting, but, down the street, there's a Dufferin Grove Park. I think it's featured in the Quest a bit. It's the park across from the Dufferin Mall, but there are places where you can have fires, like fire pits. So we could make this happen.
Dufferin's so good. Got the Dufferin Mall, fire pit. All go.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
that's what it has.
And then if you walk back, you've got all those good things between here and Ossington.
Oh yeah. No, I was gonna say one more thing for Dufferin. If you go to the far southern end, you can get down to Princess Gate, the exhibition grounds, and all that. That's kind of nice too. Yeah.
Lou always mocks me when I come all the way from Maine back to Dufferin. Go to the mall. I don't know if you follow. There's an Instagram account called the Dirty Duff.
The Dirty Duff. Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
So
actually, Megan and I were there just today, and I don't know if you noticed, but there's a Tommy Hilfiger that's opened up.
Oh, I did see that.
I was like, wow. Tommy Hilfiger is really not a luxury brand anymore. And Megan's reply was, well, maybe they know that the Dufferin Mall is it's bound to take off. It's going to step up its classiness. I was like,
it's not becoming, area redevelopment, trendy.
That's true, yeah.
All go.
Yeah. So maybe they're trying to get it in the ground floor, is what you're thinking?
Yeah. So all week leading up to your wedding, I've been hearing the adverts on the radio for the burritos.
Okay. Yep.
And they have the burrito in Dufferin Mall.
Really?
Yeah, and I had one and was tremendously disappointed.
Oh.
So that lived up to
the Dufferin Mall experience.
Yeah, because if I'd have got it and it'd been great, that wouldn't have been right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
no, you go and then you know better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I think...
Or you go and you get it again and you're like, I know this is going to be bad. So I know
I'm prepared.
You know.
I'm ready this time.
Yeah.
I think for maybe your first Swiss Chalet experience, I think that would be a fitting way to just cap off a trip to the Dufferin Mall. Just go in, have some chicken, you know.
Yeah. Yep. I'm down for that.
Yeah, and yeah, it'd be fitting because I mean it would fall into part of like the Eat, Love, Pray, Andrew's Quest tour of Toronto. Yeah. And I guess kind of Andrew's Quest and touring, where we're going to pick up at day 119. They're touring around Ontario. They're up in and around the, well, I guess they're heading to kind of the Ottawa region is where they start heading to in this episode 119. But we're going to pick up the day following the s'mores and nighttime and all that. So.
And just before, just one point before we even start.
Okay.
So if you've got this queued up at home, and you're following along, do you not think that Andrew looks like a spitting image here of the Punisher from the TV show on Netflix? He looks just like him.
Frank Castle?
Yeah.
I can see it. Yeah.
You know, I don't know, it's maybe like...
I think it's like the haircut, the way
haircut,
that
like the coat and the hat.
Yeah.
You know, the fugitive aesthetic. Yeah, and like he looks a bit like Devil May Care. Like I don't think it is like a bruise, but you can see like there's a bit of flush in his cheek.
Yeah,
could have been brawling. You know.
I'm using the new YouTube feature here to screen capture still of that as we speak. We'll get that up on the blog. We'll do a side by side. Frank Castle, and Andrew.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Good
point
catch.
that.
Good catch. Yeah.
Point that out before we start.
Yeah. All right. I think ready to roll. All right.
I'm the third person to wake up. I got bitten in the night.
That explains the
wash off my face and
the welt.
I didn't get too like swollen from the mosquito bites. So yeah, here's the lock. It's pretty quiet. It's nice. Yeah, you know, we're just hanging out until everybody wakes up.
Now I gotta, cause you're somebody that follows the quest, obviously.
Yeah.
So in this shot right now, we've got Andrew, Tyler, and I want to say Danielle.
Yeah, I think that is Danielle.
Okay, all right, because I don't feel as acquainted to Danielle.
No, I would say she's as side character. Is that fair to say? Can I say that?
It's been said. It's
so
out
it
there.
has like, you know, the more fringe characters of the show, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's not like an Adam or a Dandy. It's
that's true.
But it's
interesting. She's in.
She's in a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to confirm and say that is her name, but
yeah.
I also now that you've sown the seeds of doubt in me, I'm like. Yeah.
She also doesn't get as much screen time as other characters, or even supporting characters as well. I think it'd be great. Maybe we could reach out to followers of the cast.
Yeah.
And see if we could get in contact with. Maybe we like put this out as an open invitation. Like Danielle, hopefully that is her name.
Yeah.
Would join us on a taping. I think that would be really great.
I'd like to hear the stories of some of the more peripheral characters.
Yeah,
because I'm sure, like, you know, everyone's got more, a different insight.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yesterday, I tried to wash my jeans in the river.
Oh, God.
And they're still wet. I put them on this bench, hoping that they'll dry out.
It just looks like that bench is in the shade, too.
Yeah. Well, I think this is like really early morning as well.
And
like,
yeah, we just hang out for a bit, eat some breakfast, dig into some of my buns and my cheese, pepperettes.
Nice.
Make a little like sandwich, basically.
It's a pretty good sandwich.
Yeah.
It's about 8:30.
I mean, if you're camping, that's
we're
what you
ready to go, pretty much. We just got to get back the key, but we're not sure where to put the key. Like, is this like a key drop if we wanted to leave that safe?
It looks like it.
And we wind up just waiting until some people come, and we give them the key. Anyways, started to rain. So it was a good thing that we went caving yesterday, because, I don't know, probably would have been wet. All at the same time. Some McDonald's lunch. Got us salt up. Looking pretty salty.
I was just gonna.
But it's not salty.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the hash brown item on the McDonald's menu, I feel, is probably like the greasiest thing on earth.
It's so good, though.
And then to put that much salt on it, it's just like, you can almost hear his arteries. Like, oh my god. So, yeah.
Maybe, so here's a theory that I've been kind of toying with. It's like maybe Andrew legitimately has super low blood pressure and he needs the salt, right? Like maybe it's not just, that he likes the taste. Like that's a bonus. But maybe he, he's so chill that he needs the salt.
Needs it,
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Right? Like that's, yeah. I like that you paused it. He's not even done putting more salt on.
It's like, the sheer amount of them as well. It's just like, you eat one, and I was like, yeah, that was greasy.
Oh, yeah.
But to eat three? I want to see, let's see if we can see the grease after.
It reminds me of like that Simpsons episode. The paper turns clear.
If the paper turns clear, it's your window to weight gain. Bye-bye, everybody.
Enough. Let's double dip. Oof.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
salty.
Wow.
And they gave me a breakfast burrito half an hour after it's best before. Those bastards. Yeah, we're just sitting around deciding, do we want to go to campsite 2? Or do we want to go to Ottawa and hang out with people at a birthday thing? And we decided to go to Ottawa. But before that, we're going to Bon Echo.
Nice. Now, this is actually one of my favorite provincial parks.
Okay.
We just want to see what it's like. Hanging out in a parking lot.
A lot of trucks.
Go over to the visitor center. Use the washroom. Look at some stuff. Yeah, Bon Echo is nice. I feel like I've been here before, but I don't really remember.
This is kind of a side note for Andrew specifically, and I guess Mom, if you're listening. But yes, Andrew, you have been here before. For a summer or part of a summer, Mom had rented out a cottage on one of the edges of the lake, and yeah, definitely.
This looks very Friday the 13th. Like, it's a lake. It's a bit, I can see there being, yeah, I can see it. It's very novel to see these things. I mean, we don't have anything like,
There's
we don't have anything like this.
There's actually an abandoned, I guess like an abandoned lodge-style camping facility north of Toronto by a couple hours, and I want to go up some Friday the 13th and go check it out.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean this aesthetics. I mean with the log or the wood finished visitor center kind of thing.
Maybe I haven't been here before? I don't know.
No, you've been here. You've been here.
Oh, yeah. Look at that cliffside. And canoeing.
Now, I should have gotten a little bit more prepared about the park itself, but it's home to a lot of indigenous art. So there's actually indigenous art on the actual cliff face.
Oh, okay.
As well as on the opposite side of the lake, there's petroglyphs as well.
So, is there still First Nation people that
on the park as a
itself?
reserve? That I don't know. I don't think it's I don't think it's a reservation, unfortunately. But it's like really protected land, and like they don't. Well, I won't spoil it, but they do cross the lake. But we'll let it play. I'm getting ahead here.
Gotta get a selfie in front of this. Alright, walk down the water a little ways to where the canoe rentals are. And we only have enough cash for 2 hours, so we rented for 1 hour, and we're trying for 1, but maybe 2. You know, we'll see how it goes.
Plenty windy.
It's a pretty tippy boat. I'm like, oh god, I don't want to fall in this water and ruin my phone, but gotta keep up with the vlogging. Alright, we're on the other side where the cliff is. And it's time to hike up. And it's super buggy up here. It's like really annoyingly buggy. We're all getting swarmed. We're all like, we need bug spray to the max.
Yeah, this is like
Oh god.
I'd say like the beginning of northern Ontario. So like black flies. It's just
cool
awful
lot,
up here, yeah.
And there's a deer over here. And I was like, whoa, shit. A real life
Oh, there
deer?
it is. I had a hard time spotting it until it
Somebody's
started
on the
moving.
other side walking around. Spooks the deer a little bit.
Oh, there he goes.
How
I'm like, damn.
how common is it to see deer here? Like, would you get deer downtown?
Downtown.
Like here, like in the city?
Oh, there was a report, I don't know, maybe a month ago, there was a deer down on the Don Valley.
Okay.
So it's not unheard of, but it's more of a rarity. I think like once like the city starts to thin out, like even like smaller communities, you'll see them. When I was in Ottawa, there's actually a couple times that I'd seen deer in Ottawa, but like Ottawa is really super spread out.
Yeah.
It's not a dense city, but it was just neat riding a bus and be like, oh, there's a deer, or like waiting for the bus and they're out near like a farmer's field. But that speaks more to the way that Ottawa is, I think, than like the way deer are.
Yeah.
What about
No.
Plymouth?
Yeah, we got a lot, and you'd see it's like very.
Like, are they like vermin, or are they like, get out of our bin, you lousy deer?
Like almost, almost like, especially like where I guess the borough of where I'm from in Plymouth, like, yeah, it'd be very like if you would be walking like at dusk or very early in the morning, like it wouldn't be uncommon for you to go into like an underpass and you'd be like head to head with like a stag. You'd be like very surreal, like the juxtaposition of the like animal in like a very like urban setting. But they just they wander in, and they're a problem with like the roads because they'll just as much like I imagine like not to the scale, but if you hit a moose here, like it's
right,
it's not any different than like hitting a human, right? So that is so we have real problems with deer getting onto like motorway and main roads. And
one of the things I'm not sure what parts of what parts of Canada, but like along certain highways there'll be like the green bridges.
Yep.
So it'd be like a nature bridge where it's man-made, but then it's like seeded and like sodded and like greenery and shrubbery and stuff for like extra safe like crossing. You don't have to like don't cross the pavement, and then they're like fairly wide as well, so to encourage that to like prevent
that's good though.
that
That's
blockage.
good there. In the UK, we've got those for bats.
For bats.
Yeah, because they cut a new road and they cut it like into like a shallot cliff, which is like a rocky cliff face, and so effectively they've like they've taken out areas where, I don't know, for whatever reason, like the bats get confused and like fly into the walls. So it's like, looks like a net bridge that nothing could cross, but it's so that the bats can see there's a way to get to the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Just so that they like their echolocation.
When they were made. You know.
We can't spend taxpayer money on. Like,
yeah, but yeah, no, it was
classic Labor Party.
So majestic. And we're about like half an hour, so we're like, all right, let's go back.
Is this all flies? Is this what we're
Yeah,
seeing?
all those, yeah.
Where the other people are. I just hear them. I'm trying to watch that deer. It's a nice view.
Such a nice view.
So many bugs just flying out all over the place. Luckily, it's not as buggy on the water, so we're not like getting constantly swarmed. And for whatever reason, on the other side, it's like not buggy at all. It's like nothing. Yeah, that was the canoe rental shop.
Just on our way back to the parking lot. Back on the road. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that windshield, that's pretty much all, like, bug.
Yeah.
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 Had a washer and brake at A&W. It was a decent A&W. You know, whatever.
So Canadian. A&W and Canadian Tire.
And now
So
we're
good.
at Vivian's house for the birthday of Dawn. And I'm walking around in this house and I'm like, so these people own a mansion basically. I've gotten used to my little cave basement apartment. And I'm walking around in like a real house. So I was like, holy shit, look at this place.
Yep.
So they live around the corner from my friend's childhood home, and I'm like, wow, I gotta go take a selfie in front of this home. So here it is. So we want to go to
I don't
the
even
grocery
know who,
store,
like, which friend it is.
see some like
Who can say?
other stuff that these people like grew up around, walking through a park, being hooligans.
Delinquents, they would be called, you know?
Yeah.
Apparently this is their elementary school that they all went to. Maybe it was also a high school, I don't know.
It's a very small town, Ontario.
This is a tree that they would climb. And then they reminisce about a time when Adam fell off a slide.
Oh, maybe it was Adam's house.
You think? Oh, that would actually fit.
Yeah, that
would
makes sense. Adam, was that your house?
No, Daniel.
Yeah, just around the corner from Dawn's house.
It was jumping
Aw.
into the truck backup spot outside of the door.
That was a lot after he fell off the slide.
Yes, but again, he did that thing where he was like, I could have died.
Alright, so Toronto crew wanted to go get groceries at some Brown's grocery store. And then these people were like, let's go to a creek
All that
or
grass.
something.
Oh, yeah.
And I figured I'd rather go along the path and see what's up than go to a grocery store. So here's what's up.
When was this published? I think that's a good question.
Pretty long path.
Okay.
22nd.
Wait a second, yeah.
Yeah, the Ottawa crew, they seem alright. Like, they're kind of losers. That's cool. You know what I mean? It's like they're not trying to impress anybody.
I like. I guess I feel like his. I like the judgment from the guy who
It's
I
so
know
good.
for a fact probably is like very like not introduced himself or not interjected himself into these things, and then it's like just filming them from behind. But then he's like, "Yeah, you guys are losers."
Guys are.
Oh,
But I
so
mean, he's
good.
doing the voiceover like well after the fact as well. Like we've seen his process like time and again. Like this is just what he happened to.
So
there's
good.
so much. But
So good.
good walking music.
This feels like a mix between like Stranger Things and Boys Don't Cry.
Oh, see, I was thinking like with the music, Stranger Things, and then like the walking, like Stand By Me.
Yeah.
Right?
Cautiously, like, separated out our distances.
That was a bad idea.
Classic
Spread out.
Ontario marsh, like wetlands kind of scene going on.
I like
this shot. It's very artistic. He's got the camera over like the railing and like focus back on the Ottawa losers and.
I like it's
Okay,
so like
so
you've got like the city slicker and then like the country there
But
in the boonies. All you need to know like is some event, a great setting's all set up.
Yeah.
You got a ragtag crew. They're separated with the two tribes.
And it feels like this bit coming up could have really played into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's interesting you call Andrew a city slicker, which I guess he is. Like, he's probably has spent more of his, like, formative years in the city, which is interesting just because, like, it wasn't until, like, late into my 20s that I moved into Ottawa and then subsequently Toronto.
Yeah.
But, like, before that, it was, like, smaller city and, like, country. But, yeah. No, Andrew, you're a city slicker. Deal with it.
It's like a no trespassing sign, and Don hates it because it's ugly and it's so close to the path. So we're gonna hang out by this trespassing sign. 'Cause you know what? Who puts a thing like that if there isn't good stuff to like stop people from trespassing on?
Pretty good
Yeah, I
logic.
think this is pretty funny. Like, yeah, let's go hang out near the sign. And then they're just like, oh yeah, let's keep walking more into the no trespass zone. And I follow them, I guess. 'Cause I don't want to just hang out by the sign. And then they're like, yeah, let's go into the junk car yard. Yeah. I'm like, I'll go to the edge, I guess. I don't want to go all the way in. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'll look at this car really close. But I hope I don't get shot by some redneck or something.
It's a valid
I'm
concern.
not gonna get shot.
Well, yeah, that's probably why I
But
didn't
you
want
know
to
what I mean.
trespassing.
Hope
Yeah.
nobody unleashes dogs on me or something. Thankfully, we didn't go in any further. Well, I didn't. Some guy is like gone. We're like, where's that guy? Daniel, what are you doing? We're leaving. We're out of here. We're gonna go into the tube thing. Well, I didn't. These guys. I was worried about fumes. I don't wanna die.
I like how cautious Andrew is about this. Like, I don't know. It seems dangerous. It
Yeah.
could be
And
dangerous.
then we walk back. Tim kicks this burr baby into the swamp. Oh, burr baby.
I feel like it was a like accumulation of an inside
Woods,
joke.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because basically, like, it was just like all like the
I guess they don't
birds,
go
and they added in
around
like
here
a
that much, 'cause
softball
this is
size
all, like,
ball.
memories talks and stuff of being here, but like I don't know. Do you reminisce every time you walk through here? If you do it all the time?
That's an interesting point. Like when it comes to, I guess, like a location that's like closely associated or tied with certain memories. Like, I don't think it'd be weird to play them out in your head individually, and then depending on who's accompanying you,
Yeah.
like, maybe not like every time, but like this seems like it's not that common that these like these 5 particular friends going through here would all be there for the same time to reminisce.
Like maybe you're in proximity to this thing, or even if you pass that thing every day, like the context of being with the other people gives it the nostalgia, right? So you're there with them. You're like, oh my god, like remember when we were here and we did this thing, you know?
Yeah,
that's but
and that I could see that happening.
Yeah,
you know, every time, every other time. I think it's more who you're with than where you are while you're reminiscing.
Yeah.
This is the edgiest thing.
Oh, I don't think there's any need for that.
So edgy. We'll get a gif up of that.
Like the hair bit after, it's just like, I've got to go return some videotapes. Like, oh man. I just feel like there's no
Hey,
need.
did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Did you see that at the time I was still...
Yeah.
Did you see that?
And I feel like it was only for like Andrew's benefit. Like, this is what we do out here.
Yeah.
Santa
needed to die. And then I like Andrew bringing in the music at that point. Feels
back at the mansion.
Very fitting.
Time to grill up some burgers and fries. I mean hot dogs. There were no fries. It's good to see the Toronto fan.
It's a little bit further than
I don't know. But I'm also pretty tired from walking around and canoeing the hike. But whatever. That was a good lay down for a little bit. Gotta see what's going on in the grill zone.
So at this point, Adam is still in California, right?
That one,
Yeah.
yeah.
This washroom kind of freaked me out because of this big mirror. It's like I could see all around me by just looking at the mirror. Anyways, it's getting late. Normie showed up, just chilling out here. Things are winding down. It's time to sleep on the floor so we don't drunk drive anywhere. Danielle's weird.
Danielle, there we go.
I guess we're all kind of weird.
I like how it's come to that the revelation at the end. It's like,
Yeah,
you know, we all don't. That was like such a great story episode.
So good.
Well, I like the story I wove for the episode in, you know, a coming together tale.
Yeah, it really, in a lot of ways, it feels like that. Like it's interesting witnessing like old friends and new friends coming together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that kind of situation is interesting. I don't know how intentional it was, but like ending with like that music for the end, I think it really gave a sense of tying the whole day up together. Like just that was, even if it wasn't Andrew, like go ahead and like own that as a very like critical direction decision.
Yeah.
Like having that was really well done on that choice, I think. Yeah. I love that ending phrase as well. I guess we're all kind of weird, you know?
It's so really fitting. I imagine like that was not even slightly planned to have the same, you know, like I can't imagine that when he was narrating this he was expecting us to pick it apart like frame by frame. But yeah, it was great. Really good.
Really good.
So day 120.
Yeah. Alright, let's do this.
Alright, Monday morning, eating from my reserve sandwiches.
Looks really
Like
good.
7:20, we hit the road, and we're headed back towards... Oh wait, no, we're going to Cora's. We're gonna get some breakfast. Look at this, hockey sushi? What the fuck kind of name is hockey sushi? This Cora's next to like a crime den or something.
Now, if they had the like, it probably wasn't open, but like, if I had been on that trip and we had the opportunity to either go to Cora's or a place called Hockey Sushi, you know, I'd be like, well, I've had Cora's. Let's go to Hockey Sushi.
I've never... Like, all the Cora's seem like to be in locations adjacent to, like, these sorts of crime dens. And, like, the only time I've ever seen them is like, yeah, I don't ever want to go in there.
Really?
Yeah. Because for the longest time I was like, there's a run of bus ads on the Vaughan buses for Cora's, but it was like, what are you? Because it didn't like, just sounded like Cora's with their logo, and I was just like, there's no other direction in this advert for me to understand what's going on here.
So there was a really nice one in Belleville.
Right.
It was in like a hotel lobby and like a beautiful like old hotel, and food was always good. Mm-hmm. So it always associated with like this like nice, like decent thing. But then I don't know if they've like expanded their franchise opportunities or whatever. But I can see what you're saying about them, like, next to a crime den. The quality, though, is fairly consistent wherever. But, like, it's just, like, a lot of, like, eggs and, like, comforty breakfast stuff.
Right, okay.
That's
Because
really
I saw a big billboard, like, in Leslieville for it. And it's, like, got the, I guess, which is, like, a breakfast sandwich. And I was like, oh, so this is what you do. But, yeah. I've never seen, like, a location... where I'd actually want to...
Where it wasn't sketched?
Yeah.
There was...
I don't want to come here and eat.
There was one... I want to say it was on Rideau, just like past Dalhousie in Ottawa.
Right.
Like across from like the Long and McQuaid. Like in that kind of area, I think. Could be wrong. I think that's where it is. That wasn't a bad location, but like... I mean... A lot of downtown Ottawa is kind of sketch anyway. So.
Are they East Coast? Were they
Quebec.
Oh.
I don't know like which like region in Quebec, but yeah, Cora is
right. Okay.
The Quebecois brand.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Oh, so like the crepes are actually pretty good too.
That's what it looks like. Get some mountain strawberries on waffles. Only thing that makes it better is some salt. Nice. And, alright. Now it's time to leave. We're leaving Stittsville forever. Probably. And it's not soon enough, because this place was... it was okay.
Now, I'm just pausing it right here before Andrew's really even announced what's going on. But they're stopped for gas, and I'm looking at the gas. This is what my life has become. I was like, oh, what was gas prices like a year ago? Let me tell you, it was like about 20 cents cheaper.
Yeah,
depending on like on what like grade like petrol you're going with, what grade. But
yeah,
like, it was just like, oh, the super expensive like premium stuff is $1.21. Jesus Christ, that's really good, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like, when I started driving in the UK, petrol prices were under £1.
Yeah.
Now I think like the worst they got before. I mean, I've got no idea what they are now, but I think like it got up to like £1.30 a litre. You know, it was that's
ridiculous.
So
yeah, I was reading BC, I think like Vancouver.
Yeah.
$1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
gotta gas up. And then it's highway time or something. Oh, I guess we passed by Thousand Islands. The visitor center, of course. We go in here. How about a patch and a pin?
I would like to see this.
And then
like
I was like, well,
patch
let's see what's over here even.
Doesn't show.
And it's kind of weird how like just empty it is.
There's like
But
a
I figure
tent
this is-
inside.
It's very
Thanks for
weird.
some good
It's like
filming.
this whole little section is very
Adirondack
weird.
chairs.
And then I walk in here and it's empty. And then I get ambushed by some weirdo.
There's all these like terrariums and aquariums.
Everything's
I mean, it looks
fine.
good. It looks like it'd be very. I'd be interested to look around.
I know.
It is very odd though how.
Hey.
I'll just like film this frog.
I can see the frog though. This is
Oh,
a
yeah.
frog
And
I
then
can
I'll stop
see.
filming
Yeah.
because they're looking at me.
It's not a trash frog.
Yeah.
Those islands look so flooded.
Yep. Along this way, it looked like some houses were flooded.
Yeah.
That is like.
Like,
Yeah, I think you need like a
Yeah.
boat to get to
It's
those.
been raining.
Now.
Yep.
What's a cute house structure? Oh, like little tower.
Oh, that bridge it goes from water to water.
Wait, where? Oh. Oh
Isn't global
no!
warming hilarious?
Their garage looks like a boat garage.
in
So
hindsight, that might have actually been a boathouse garage.
It's true.
those of you at home that are not watching along, we just saw a shot of a bridge, but the apex, I guess, of the bridge was out of the water.
Yeah.
But everything else was submerged. Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, those rains that we had last year. Actually, I'm hoping that the Toronto Island.
They're open, right?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. I think it was on the radio. They are open.
Beautiful.
We could go.
We should go.
We could go. Could
Yeah.
ride a bike around.
Yeah, I would like to play more disc golf. As
Yeah,
well.
we could
you
do
ever,
that.
you ever disc golf?
I haven't, but I've seen the cages more than once.
Yeah, it's quite good.
I've
Dave
also
likes
been
play.
to the petting zoo and spent a lot of time with the ginger cat there.
Petting on the island.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a petting zoo.
Yeah, in like the little theme park.
Ah, that's why. I just avoid that place. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, this is full of
I've
children.
never
and
been-
I'd rather not.
I've never been to
Thanks.
the island when it's been in season. I've either gone just before it closed
Okay.
or just as it's opening. So I've never been there when everything has been
Oh, no,
open, like in
Oh.
prime. Like I took my mum, I guess like a similar time last year,
Mhm.
and then when me and Lou went, we went just before it closed. So
Yeah.
it's always been like really empty, which has been nice. But I would like to go back when you can actually do some of the activities there.
I usually like it as just like a nice walk, or go around for a bike ride. It's nice.
Yeah.
Go around
Yeah.
for a bike ride, and then the disc golf is nice. But yeah, that's exciting that it's open because I missed that last year.
Made a quick stop, just to look at the waterfront. Cause why not? We're at the Thousand Islands. Gotta check it out.
Oof.
That's a good landing.
How do you feel? Let's discuss drones.
Well, okay. The first thing, and this is really what I had noted and wanted to posit, is that is such an awful sound.
Now, I could understand if you're into, or if you use for work, like a drone for photography or
Like in like a creative artistic
Yeah,
sense,
I-
or
I-
even like safety surveying.
like I know like
Search and
a
rescue.
lot of, it seems now like a lot of like people that work events as photographers will also have like drones, and they'll do like the aerial shot, like videographer maybe.
Yeah.
Can't quite comprehend, like, I don't see the appeal as a hobbyist drone thing. I just don't. I wouldn't, for me, like,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't get any enjoyment of flying said drone.
I think there's an element to it that's along the same line or like in like the same spectrum of like the attraction to other RC vehicles, right? Like piloting or like you know like.
I feel like.
But I get your point about how it can be a useful commodity if you know depending on like your field of work, either as like a creative type with photography, videography, or you know, a situation like surveying or like search and rescue, or I wonder if you could like use it for hunting reconnaissance, like if there was game that you wanted to like track a certain way, like that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, as a hobby, like it's. I don't know.
As a child, I think I had a boat that was like a remote control boat.
Okay.
And it gave me a tremendous amount of anxiety using said boat.
Right.
And I just feel like this would be even worse because, like, the drone goes up. Am I going to fly the drone into someone? Is it going to get taken by the wind? What happens if the drone runs out of battery? What if it goes rogue?
It's not. Yeah, I mean,
there was it's not a drone, but there was the I think it was in the UK actually. And the guy with like a hobbyist RC helicopter went out of control and like the propeller cut into his skull. I don't know.
Yeah.
Drones, not for me. So if you're doing a survey on does Joe like drones? No.
Does Joe like drones? No. That's some good trivia right there.
Yeah.
That's your stance. I've like, and this is because like I've I don't know how it showed up on my Instagram feed because that's some of that Facebook magic. They got the algorithms or whatever.
Yeah.
But a bit has like the aerial photography that's available to photographers that are using it. There's some really neat stuff, and like there's some interesting perspective that you wouldn't glean otherwise. Like even just like straight down from above, like just like top down view. A lot of it's really pretty, and it's just like, yeah, I can appreciate some images that are made. And it's kind of drawn me into the camp of like, yeah, it'd be a neat tool to create certain things, but I don't really have a desire enough to get one.
There's two sides of that coin, though, right? Because I guess it may be a grey area where it opens up these, you know, a new perspective or a new dimension. Because it isn't available to you, but then you also begin to impede on privacy. Not even if you're consciously doing that, but you are, because you're at a level then where you even if you aren't intending to take advantage of said position of camera or whatever else, like and you're well within your right, because in a public space there's no expectation of privacy, right? That's why you can photograph people out in public, but then like if you're still in the public with the drone, you're not in the people's like property line or whatever. It's.
But I mean, this is what's interesting as well, because like, I mean, if you're looking at it from that perspective, like no pun intended, but like telephoto photography, you can be extremely far away from subject matter as well, right? Like is that in the same kind of camp as like aerial drone photography, like telephoto optics? Like,
I guess it's because that's so visual, right? Or that's such a people are gonna know when you're with the drone, whereas people, if you're out of sight, you're out of mind, right? So if there's a guy in the bushes with a lens 300 meters away looking into like the bathroom or bedroom window of a place,
well,
it's a bit I can see someone's out they're using the lens for wildlife or whatever else, and that's legitimate, right? But I don't know.
But like would it be illegitimate, or it would be a faux pas, or like even worse, like not legal, like if you were using a telephoto lens in like a public park to take candid photographs of like people out in the park. Because like it's because then I mean if you consider like people that are using like prime lenses that aren't super far like focal length, like you know,
Yeah.
conventional lenses that are taking pictures of like street photography or people in parks or whatever. Is it less so because they're more present with their subject matter? Like, is it?
I think you think about the amount now that photography and things recorded. Like, I'll even go as far to say that your average person probably with a smartphone probably is taking more and like invading other people's privacy with their selfies, capturing other things than that person probably would be in the park. But it's just the fact that that lens represents like the intention of that, you know, whereas like the smartphone, I can probably guarantee that the person in the park taking pictures is a good dude. The people that are actually maliciously taking pictures of people probably are disguising it a lot better, right? But I say that, I don't know. I just think that because the drone is so visual that I feel that people have that reaction to it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. This kind of ties in again with something that we've discussed in the past about technology advancing different mediums.
Yeah.
And you know, the effects that it has. I guess like we framed it more in like a art and creative context before, as opposed to like society as a whole.
Social political one today.
Yeah. So
we're doing all the commentaries.
Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting, and it's sorry. Go ahead.
You think like 10 years ago, what would it have taken to get the aerial shot? Not even like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the production value that a drone shot can add to like a small production or an independent thing is huge compared to like what it would have been in a budget that amount of time ago, right?
I mean, even in like that amount of time, just like handheld camera cinematography as well, with like the image stabilization and that, right? Like, it's remarkable, like the advancements within that time. Then it's interesting to like look back and consider what was and wasn't possible in certain budgets. So I mean, it's a powerful production tool. I don't think they're inherently bad. I think it comes down to like there's no necessarily inherently bad tool. It's how it's being used and utilized.
Sure. Yeah.
And like, what a cop out like answer, but like, really that's what it comes down to, right? Like you said, like something as innocuous as a cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who's intending to use it nefariously, right? Like that's So.
There you go. That's our view.
That's drones, people. Drones. They sound awful.
Completely different. But it's still illegal.
She's just saying that it's illegal.
Well, this is a good debate.
No. I'm asking, is it illegal to second-hand smoke in front of your kids? In general.
No.
It's not illegal, but they try to prevent it.
It's illegal.
She's saying it's illegal.
Light up a cigarette in a car.
Like how it's supposed to be illegal to light up a cigarette.
I understand, but what I'm saying is it doesn't make sense.
No, you're right. We don't disagree.
Because if you're protecting your kids, you're really not, because you're only choosing places where you want to protect them.
Well, the law can't control what you do in your home, but they can control like what you do on the road.
I mean,
They can control what you do in your home.
Yeah, they can. They do.
You can't smoke weed in your home.
You can't murder someone in your home.
Well, they can't make cigarettes illegal, period.
They could.
I mean, yeah, if
There's too much money.
They could.
Yeah, but there's too much money.
Maybe. Is that what happened?
It's interesting. I think,
Oh, that's bigger.
and maybe we could get commentary from Andrew after the fact, but I think it stems from like the fact that you can't smoke while you have a child in your vehicle.
Yeah, that seems like what's
That's-
going on
I'm
there.
pretty sure that's exactly where that stemmed from, and I'm not sure where it divulged into, but It's interesting because there's no Andrew voiceover commentary to clear anything up.
No.
But it's just here's what happens on a road trip sometimes.
Better than I thought.
Still haven't seen it.
No one.
No, I've seen it. That's big.
This is like
The gang visits the Big Apple.
So good.
Mommy, can we see the ducks?
No.
Normally, we wouldn't go to a place like the Big Apple, but since we made a game where you can go to the Big Apple, and we were close to the Big Apple, it's like, well, now we gotta see how it stacks up compared to the game.
Probably be a pretty
And it was a
like
lot
good
busier than I
employer
remembered.
for the area.
Yeah,
It would probably be an alright place to
And
work.
then my parents were also at the Big Apple. I had told them that we were on a road trip, and they wanted us to visit them, sort of, but the Big Apple is close enough to where they live that it like kind of makes sense.
So I like this. So it's kind of drowned out in background noise, but my mom's talking about a ladybug just landed in my glasses. My dad's like, "Oh, it's good luck," and Andrew's like, "Oh, it's good luck."
Good luck. Means you're gonna go blind.
And Dad's like, "Oh, it means you're gonna go blind." Classic dad. Now, have you been along this stretch of the 401?
I don't think I have. Because any time I've ever gone anywhere near Ottawa, it's always been on the train.
Ah, I see.
So I've missed this.
Yeah, so this is, for the home listener, this is a tourist attraction near Brighton, and it's just off the 401.
Now, is this the only piece of giant fruit? Is there any there? You know, it's like
That's
a big peach.
Good question. I don't think, no, we don't have like the climate for peaches in this part of Canada. That would be more like Okanagan.
Oh, okay.
And then like BC for like those types of soft fruit. I know Sudbury. It's got a giant nickel.
Okay.
Sudbury's got a giant nickel. Trying to think where else has anything giant. That's really what comes to mind.
I'd like to go there. I'd like to see this apple.
Yeah, well, hopefully, because we're trying.
Yeah,
to
we're
plan,
trying to get out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to plan a trip, but this would probably be a pretty easy sell as a stopping spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's too bad you hadn't, because like I was gonna mention, like Kiri's going into the apple. Every time I've ever been in, it's just a disappointment inside. Oh, just a side note to a side note here. Every time this song comes up during the quest, I always think about the episode where he's making like a tuna casserole.
They just randomly here.
No.
You called them.
Here's the second level of the Big Apple on the inside.
Like, look how boring that is.
Now I'm gonna go up to the observation deck. The observation deck, it actually kind of blows. Because there's not really anything cool to look at up here. Kind of better on the outside where you can see the Big Apple.
So interestingly, the face hasn't always been there.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, there was no face.
I can't see anything. I just see reflection.
The faces makes it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when we go, we can get it again in this mini putt.
Yeah. He looks
yeah, my dad
like
really wanted to give me
more like an orange.
hand tools and this bread. So thanks. I guess that's why he wanted to meet up with us here. I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. Difference. Whatever. Metro's on the horizon. Getting close to being back in the city. Oh, should we take the Gardiner back in? Gardiner's cool. But are we stopping at Burrito
Gardiner
before
is
we
cool,
go back?
but you know how you're going along the Gardiner? As you're coming into downtown, I feel like who would want to live in those condos that are like
At eye
framed? It'd be like, just imagine it's really loud. And you're like, this is my view, this side.
It would be great if you could open because there's often congestion on the Gardiner. You just open up like a little like
a pop-up, yeah.
Pop-up stand. Like all right, well, have a sandwich, drink. You know, it's I guess you wouldn't need like a boost for your cell phone, but like you know, like
yeah. I feel like on one hand, I feel like it's a bit like Neo Tokyo-esque.
I always get that kind of feeling as well. Like
on the other hand, I think like God, like it must be like hell to live here.
Yeah.
On the other sides of this.
It's also very much like very commonly referred to as the mistake by the lake because it kind of fucks up a lot of the access and like sky view to like the lake.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and it was just like, but it's such a it's a fairly integral route.
Yeah.
Like east-west, but I don't know, man. Big tunnel. Yeah. Gardiner.
And we're headed over to Burrito Boys to get some burritos. Yeah. Why not, you know? End a road trip with eating some burritos.
Good way to end a
They're
trip.
okay
Yeah.
burritos. Like,
Real boys, much better than bar burritos.
I love this. So there's a shot of the Legend building. And it's just like, it's perfect foreshadowing.
Well, I actually just already worked a day. I'm taking my time to edit and upload this one. Now we're parting ways with Max and Arthur. Yeah. Queue up on the road again. And I gotta go to Tyler's, because that's where I left my bike. Fill my gear. Yeah. Road trip's pretty much over now. Just hop on and ride home. Overall, that was a pretty good road trip. I thought we were gonna do camping, but it really was more of just like road tripping, which is good.
Yeah, they only camp really for one night, right?
But there was glamping.
Yeah, there was no tents or anything involved. It was still.
That was decent. So that's the end of that playlist as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. Now I'm looking at the time.
Yep.
I'm not sure. I'm looking at like both the recording time. We're just over hour and 3. How do you feel, Joe?
Should we stop here? Or do you want to keep going?
Oh, that's a good question.
This is the dilemma.
Yeah, I mean it's like this might have been something that we should have discussed ahead of time. But then again, this is the way these things work. We, as we're watching,
you know what? I think we've not had an episode for a hot minute. So maybe let's roll a few more episodes.
Roll them?
Yeah,
all right.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I am not opposed to that. So as I made mention,
so we're just
gonna wake up.
Find a new playlist.
Oh my god, I'm really bad at this, you guys. Here we go. Gotta click around a bit. Maybe that'll get edited out. Probably won't get edited out.
It's definitely not getting.
It's not getting edited out. Yeah, that's right. This is the one. Yeah, 121. All right.
Hey, it's Tuesday. It's just after work now. Leaving around, I don't know, 7:30 or something. Worked for like 10.5 hours. Because I got put onto a new show. And they're like, oh, the deadline's June 2nd. We all gotta finish these shots. These ones are due tomorrow. And then by the end of the day, one of our production people comes around and is like, yeah, maybe Friday's fine.
I love the mocking voice that people will do of, like, anybody who's, like, an authoritative figure or, like, anybody who's stressing. It's like, oh, we gotta go, guys. Hurry up, let's do this. You know, like, it's a pretty good default mocking voice, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just, you know, because it's like the shots weren't due for the end of the day, and the guy's like Friday, and it's Tuesday. That's quite a difference.
Yeah.
God. These due dates, man. It's like, is it due tomorrow or not? Like, come on, guys. Get your shit together.
It's also, he didn't have his email right for, like, the whole time he worked.
That's just how it is.
It's also really nice how he starts the theme music as the bicycle starts moving.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a nice touch. I like that. What do we got? 122. Yeah, I guess this is the other thing, is that, like, now that the road trip's over, the rest of these days are very much...
We're back into sort of normal quest
exactly.
episodes, right?
Yeah,
We had two, like, 15-minute, 10-minute episodes, so it's like... Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to necessarily rush. I want to take things as they come, but there's, you know, over a 25-minute period, there's going to be more talking points. But
Welcome back to another episode. It's Wednesday. I'm going to work. I didn't eat breakfast, so during my break I went to the shop and I got a slice of this weird pizza.
What does it look like that's got on it, too?
I don't know, that's like a $7 slice of pizza, though.
Possibly. Like, I want, like, is this like some kind of prosciutto? Or like caramelized?
I would say
something?
some sort of cured
Like
meat.
ham? Okay.
Yeah.
We've got like a sun-dried olive, I want to say. Maybe a sun-dried tomato.
Maybe. It looks like a pesto.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Pesto or white sauce as like the
Yeah.
sauce. And like, I want to say maybe a Parmesan cheese, like just because of like the... Anyway. I'd say it looks good. But yeah, I think you're right. $7 or $8 piece of pizza right there.
Is that right? And then I didn't bring a lunch, so hopped on my bike during my lunch break, rode down towards the metro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pretty decent day of work today, I guess. I got a shot out. And then I'm like, I don't know. Seems like standards are kind of low for our current show. Here's inside the metro. It's a pretty nice store. Waiting for
It does. I was just going to
my
comment on
spaghetti
how nice it looked
microwave.
Oh yeah.
in that supermarket.
Gotta salt up that spaghetti. Stay salty, fam.
No, right before he was like, the Celtics like, oh, is this the beginning of the burrito saga? Because that's the mention that he would go to, right?
It's right.
I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, all right, spaghetti and meatballs it is. But yeah, it was a lovely day and like natural lighting in the metro. Nice.
Pretty much during every break, I just hang out with Remy. Pretty good to hang out with. Now it's after work. I left around 7:30. I don't know. It's been a while since I checked the mail, but check it out. I actually have some mail. Got a postcard. So that's cool. Thanks, Adam. And then I also got these magnets. And I'll be able to glue them into the ghost. And then those like triangle pieces will stick onto the core part of it. But I need an appropriate glue to do that. So now, yeah. It rained in the morning.
What is that from?
Morning.
The model?
Yeah.
It is from the first-person RPG video game developed by Bungie called Halo. No, not Halo. What am I talking about? Destiny. Jeez.
Oh.
Halo. You think Bungie, you think Halo, you think
yeah.
first-person shooter.
Okay.
Sorry, but yeah, no, it's from Destiny. And I guess those are like the AI robot
Right.
drone things that Peter Dinklage voiced one of, I think. And then they patched him out because
He
that's
was too good. Not too good.
probably that's what it was. Yeah.
Eh, nothing too bad, but enough to get soaked. Yeah, I'm about an hour late today because I was like, yeah, maybe the rain will clear up, so I didn't really want to go in.
I was like, stood by his door like,
In the morning.
yeah.
Sometime during the day, I
Take a
took
picture
whiz,
of like
jumped outside of this
a
window.
cup of tea, just looking out, like, maybe it's starting to clear up.
Now it's after work. I don't know, it's like 7. I'm out of chicken, so go over to No Frills. Got some frozen fruit. Chicken was like 30% off. So I got 2 to freeze one. I'm noticing how the low clouds. So I figured I'd film as I cross this street. Check out those clouds.
Very ethereal.
Yeah. And this is
Yeah.
street. Pretty nice, all these green leaves.
Everything's starting to look really lush.
Cooking up some chicken. Do some laundry. Yeah. And here's the cooked chicken.
It has to taste better than it looks. Like, it has to. That could be the
I think this is how he likes it. At this point, like, this is his jam, right?
Right, like, it's the only reason why it would keep coming out looking like that, is that it doesn't
maybe he
taste
likes
bad.
the crispy ends. Maybe, like, you know, because you go for barbecue, burnt ends are a thing.
That's different, though.
Oh, yeah, it's very different. But I'm just trying to play his corner here.
Oh, yeah, okay. But, I mean, it's the same thing, and it could be good. It's not the same thing. But maybe that is, like, that's just how he likes it. Like,
Yep.
who knows?
Also, how long, say you freeze the chicken,
Yes.
how long can you keep frozen chicken?
Oh, I think it's quite a long time.
Yeah?
Yeah. As long as, like, it's airtight sealed, like, it is quite a long time. Just gotta make sure that it doesn't, like, the temperature doesn't dip. It's not like you can keep it indefinitely, but,
Sure, yeah.
you know, like, if it's on sale, sure, stock up, keep it in your freezer. That's legit. Where was I here? I think, yeah, so this is day 124.
Yep.
Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Quest. On my way in, I found this washer on the ground, and I couldn't help but pick it up, because I like to pick up garbage that I think looks neat.
It's just like the sticks.
Just
like the
sticks,
sticks. Plus, I mean, you know,
It might come in handy. We might see it in another, like, this washer.
yeah, you use it to, like, tighten a screw.
It's
We-
like, yeah.
You know, could you know, like, you know, fine.
Whenever I see a washer, I always think, you know, on the street like that.
Yeah.
You know, Top Cat, the cartoon.
No.
So, this was Hanna-Barbera, same sort of era as the Flintstones. Top Cat was the dependable cat.
Okay.
He lived in the garbage can, and he was like, had the little friend Benny. Anyway. He used to use the payphone, but like they had the washer, and with like a string tied around it, he put the washer in, set up the coin, and pull it back out.
Oh, scamming those calls.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah.
I can
If
see
I
that.
could live anywhere, it'd be like in a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, like that.
Yeah, there's some decent Hanna-Barbera
Yeah.
cartoons. I mean, he had the right idea, Andrew. I mean, you see a washer, pick it up.
Yeah, an all day you have a washer.
Well, and good luck.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, just watch how the rest of this day plays out. Pretty great.
So this is after work. Pretty boring day at work, but whatever. It's Friday. I went over to my brother's house after work.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah.
And he did some commentary on a fighting game stream. It's pretty funny. good stuff. Here's one of his cats.
That's Willow.
Sniffing up my bag.
She's a good cat.
It's a good cat. Yeah, look at that. Pets. This is their other cat, Leela.
Seldom seen.
Yeah,
Kind of an
rarely
idiot,
seen.
but
Kind of
whatever.
an idiot.
It's a pretty good cat too. So, yeah, hung out with my brother for a while. It's getting pretty dark out. I head home, but I stop at the Sobeys because, I don't know, why not? I was passing by it on my way home. I'm looking for stuff and I'm like, whoa, Big Mac sauce in a bottle? That's kind of nuts. So I get a bottle. And I'm like, well, gotta get some burgers. So I'm thinking maybe chicken burgers, but well, just look at all these other burgers. It's like, this one looks like the most popular. And I'm like, whoa, shit. Poutine stuffed burgers?
Like,
What?
what a time to be alive.
So here you go. Let's try it out. This is the poutine burger with no toppings, just the burger and a bun on its own.
I just gotta pause it here real quick. Shoutouts to Dawn. We talked to her before about the Quaker oat squares.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Andrew's in his
Right now.
kitchen, a couple hamburgers proudly displayed right on top of his refrigerator. Some delicious oat squares.
Yep.
I don't see them at the grocery store that I shop at, or else that would be an instant buy. Like, I would have those on hand. They're so good.
I don't really eat cereal, but if I see them, I'll pick them up and try them. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, grab me a box too.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
reimburse you.
So we're seeing a fast forwarded.
Yeah. It's like a time lapse of
Oh.
like 3 or 4 bites.
Yeah.
By poutine burger, they really just mean that there's some cheese curd in the middle.
Now I'm tempted to roll
That's
back.
pretty good.
Oh.
But I don't know. I guess I was expecting like the gravy part of the poutine as well.
Yeah. Because it almost looks like in the packaging. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was just thinking like maybe some potato
It is.
put in with like the
It is
mince.
good. Almost forgot. Got Big Mac sauce now.
I like how that was the catalyst to the burgers, and it's an afterthought. That's just how excited poutine burgers are. I mean, come on.
I feel like 3 burgers is a lot. Is that 3 or 2?
2,
2.
but I agree. It's
Big
like
Mac sauce away.
does seem like a lot, especially if it's like stuffed with.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Big Mac sauce. It's pretty much just like tartar sauce.
So I've heard
I
it
don't normally
described
eat the Big Mac, so
as like Thousand Island dressing.
Yeah, so is that just because people see the colour? Like, oh, well, this is the same colour.
I don't know. I have never had a Big Mac.
Oh, really?
Really.
Right. This is after I've eaten both those burgers. I feel bad. I should not have eaten 2 of the burgers. Like, well, maybe it's the good bad. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like a lot. Like, they were thick.
Yeah, and the cheese,
Yeah,
and like the
and-
buns were thick, and just.
And that sauce, I just can't imagine. Like for me, any like sauce like that you don't have to keep refrigerated at a supermarket, just is like. Well, I don't know.
I mean, here's the
just
thing
don't
with
know.
like the majority of those condiments in that, right? Preservatives and like the packaging that they go into is all supposed to be sterilized, and then it's like vacuum sealed I got the tamper-proof stuff so that you know if it's open. You know.
It's like the garlic sauce you get from Domino's, or you think this is probably like older than I am, but it's still good.
Was it ever good?
No,
I mean, yeah.
No, man, you know.
Now, okay, I feel like again we're at a little bit of a crossroads here because day 125. This is another special day
I think
in a sense.
Let's put a pin in it here.
Yeah.
Because,
This would be fun to pick up the next opportunity we have. Had a lot of fun during today's cast.
Yeah.
I've taken advantage of, I was going to call it Netflix, but that's not what this is, YouTube's screen capture single button.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of content to throw up. We're going to put up the details for hockey sushi. Got a couple...
I want to know if there is genuinely, like, hockey-themed sushi.
In Japan? Or in Stittsville? It's such a weird...
Yeah, like...
It's so weird.
Yeah, I'm almost gonna want to look up their menu now.
See what
I'm gonna look it up. In the next episode, I'll come back to you with what they serve at hockey sushi. And if it's anything about hockey sushi, it actually fit into the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah, so I guess we're going to try and get back to more regular... I'm going to put this all out here, right? I've got a lot of deadlines coming up for, like, late May.
Got a lot of tapes to return.
Got so many videotapes. So, you know...
But I mean, schedule permitting.
Schedule permitting.
Yeah, and I mean, we've been very upfront about the fact that this is a weekly, doing the air quotes ish podcast, but hopefully that as our schedule will start to return to normal, you hear more from us.
Yeah, so like after May 20th, we'll be nice. But
I mean,
at the moment, I'm working a lot and. There's been a lot of other things going on too, so it's not just but we'll get back to hopefully like a good schedule.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Be good to one another, and we'll check you on the next episode.
See ya.